What is up, YouTube? Right now, it is Tuesday, June 2nd, 4:45 in the morning. I've got another 1 mile swim this morning, and I want to get to the gym as soon as it opens. So I'm going to yap less here and yap more in the car as we go to the gym. Today's my remote day, so I'll be working from home. So I won't be going to the office, and I will talk to you guys when I get in the car. So let's do it. All right, you guys. 4:49. Let's go. Definitely want to get to the gym when it opens, so we are going. I don't think there's anything else I needed to do, and yeah, because I want to spend as much time in the pool as possible. Well, anyways, good morning. Jesse here, 4:50 in the morning, Tuesday, June 2nd. Gotta go on technically my first swim of the week / first swim of the month of June 2026. So honestly, I don't think there's anything else to it. I'm just gonna get in there and get started and stick to my plan that I have written down. I think as I'm getting closer to my Ironman, I need to be more on my training block and consistent with getting into the pool. So, on the topic of this morning, it is another swim, and I feel like I've primarily been doing long form YouTube videos on the mornings where I do go on my swim, but it is nice to talk about it and kind of give you guys my 2 cents and my thoughts before I even get in there. And who wants to be swimming at 5 a.m.? Not me. So I'm trying to find the motivation to do it, get in there. I'm actually trying to just get there and get started. I think that's something that, when I was thinking about this the other day, and boring is healthy. And I think that is something that I was thinking about in the last day or so. That is just hard when it comes to triathlon training. I know I haven't really incorporated the bike much in about a month, but when it comes to running and the swimming portion of it, I'm trying to get better at that. And it's kind of cool when you already have the gear and the membership, and all it's going to take is time, right? So I think that boring is almost good in a way, because I'm not buying flashy things, or I have good training shoes right now, and I have the Nike Waffles, if anybody knows of those, and wants to do a review on them. If anybody has the Nike Waffles, I think it's like the NW4. I actually found out that I have like the Nike NW4 Waffles the other day, and I've been using these trainers for a minute now. So on that note, I think it's just, I'm in a position to where I feel like I go back and forth between wanting to buy myself new stuff and being okay with not buying myself new stuff, because I already have a lot of stuff that I need as far as the essentials for training. But when it comes to, the quote that I was saying, healthy is boring, it's that, even if you have all of the things you need and life might seem boring at that time and moment, it's better to pause and realize that, okay, life is boring right now, but that's a good thing, you know? If it is a lot of the same stuff, this triathlon training really teaches you the depth of routine and repetition. So that is like one of the biggest things I have realized after, doing this for a couple months now, is first you have to build a habit. Once you build a habit, then you have to stay consistent. And building the habit has bits and parts of staying consistent, but then you have to get even more ingrained in the routine, and having that structure is everything. So yeah, I think with all this rinse and repeat kind of weeks, it's definitely something to note that healthy is boring. So if you are out there doing the same stuff every day and you feel like you're in a rut because life is boring, it's a good thing. In certain ways, it's a good thing. And remember, it can always be worse. That's how I try to visualize it every single time. It can always be worse. No matter if it's boring or if it's not. If you're going through something tough, then it's, like I said in the last video, it's about how you pull yourself out of it, and your response is the reason you exist. So, yeah. Those are my raw 5 a.m. thoughts. It's about to be 5 a.m. right now. I think I might end up getting to the gym like a little bit before 5:05, which is good. I think I would like to spend as much time in the pool as possible. Getting there right at 5 compared to getting there like a couple minutes after it opens compared to 5:30 is a lifesaver. Because the sooner you get into the pool, you kind of have a hit or miss if it's going to be warm or cold. So whether it's warm or cold, I'm trying to get used to just feeling it for a second and just dipping in, just going in. So the sooner I can get used to the water or get in there, the sooner I can just warm up, do a couple warm-up laps, and then get to training. So today I am going to try my best to swim another mile. I need to warm up my stroke, because the last time I swam, I feel like I burned myself out because I tried to incorporate actual sets into my first couple sets, and then I felt burnt out, not even realizing I hadn't warmed up. So when I get in there, I'm gonna take care of business and warm up the right way before actually starting my workout. So the plan is to taper up to at least a mile today, which is, I think, 1,600 yards, 1,600 meters. And just, whether that's 1,600 meters straight or 1,600 meters total, the primary goal is to get my body used to being in the water for at least a mile. Hopefully at this point. I think, I'm going to read my body, for sure. 1,000 meters for sure, but then again, I definitely don't want to commit. I definitely don't want to overcommit to doing more than a mile. So I'm going to stick to the mile, and there's nothing else. There's nothing more to it. So, well, anyways, it's 5 a.m. on the dot. I'm about to pull up to the gym. I think I'm going to get some clips in there. I definitely want to get clips on my phone, so in case I don't brief to you guys, I'm definitely not going to brief and talk to the camera during my training because the pool is just really loud in there and muffled. So I'm gonna get in there and, you know, maybe get some clips of myself training on my phone and brief to you guys after. So nice. It doesn't look like there's a lot of people here. Well, the gym just opened, actually. So yeah, all right, 5:01. I'm gonna listen to some music before I get in, lock in, try to just want to be here. And I will talk to you guys after the swim. 5 a.m., let's do it. Let's go. What's up, chat? Okay, currently it is 6:30 on the dot, if you guys can see that. Just got done with a 1 mile swim over 1,600 meters. That's gotta be a little over 1,700 yards. From what I've seen online, a mile is 1,900 meters. Now that I have swam 2 miles at this point, obviously split up, it's nice having that experience, but this time around for the mile, I swam it in about 53 to 55 minutes. That was not easy, but we got it done. Another mile in the books. Oh, I'm cooked. I am cooked. In case you can't already see it on my face. It was tough in there. I think it was interesting because the pool was almost hot. It almost felt too warm in the pool, which is, hold on one second. Which is obviously nice, but at the same time, I feel like I was sweating in the pool. The fact that I felt like I was sweating was pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm very proud of that. You know, to have swam a mile. Another mile in the books. So that was interesting how we're doing a mile now. It's also funny because in the middle of my, probably around 1,000 meters, I wanted to switch up my stroke. I wanted to switch up the side that I was breathing out on. I even tried breathing out of both sides, and I did kind of like that, but I think I just stuck back to my roots. I went back to my roots and started breathing only from the left side again. So, I mean, it was nice to get to do both, but I think this morning what I learned was the importance of completing the stroke. I saw videos on, you know, some swimming trainers that said to follow through on the stroke. So when I was going through it, I'd follow through, go straight to my hip, and then kick off. But again, go forward all the way through to my hip and kick off. And it got to a point where I felt like I was gliding in the pool, which was honestly nice. And I don't know if that's exactly how to do it, but I felt comfortable, I felt good, and it was nice being able to kind of see the difference and see my body kind of just glide through the water, just glide. And that was nice to feel that and do it after seeing that in videos. I think in the beginning I'm definitely burning out. You're kind of like freaking out at first, right? But it makes sense as to when you get into a pool or an open water. I mean, I haven't swum in open water yet, but when you do swim, it's more about, you know, just finding your rhythm when you do get into the water. That's why it's so easy for people to kind of just jump in and then start swimming, and they get in the saying of getting into the groove, finding your pace. It's, once you kind of understand how to kind of keep your body, I don't know, is this vertical? Yeah. Once you can keep your body straight, it's almost like once you get your stroke down, it only takes like a little bit to kind of keep your body straight and to just glide through the water, just glide through it. And I actually had fun doing it. I did get gassed a lot, but I think it's because of my breathing. I think I actually know I need to learn to breathe correctly from the side without dipping my whole head up. I think I'm getting the concept of the stroke, or I've gotten the concept of the stroke, and to use my legs less because my legs feel less burned out. I definitely have a lap pump now, a back pump, which is nice. So I feel like I'm definitely doing something right. Now that I've got the stroke pretty down, it's just that I need to work on my breathing. And I think once I do that, it's a wrap. It's just consistency from there and not losing it as we're about to go out of town. So yeah, that is nice to have gotten that done. That was nice. I think that I'm really proud of that, to have gotten that done this morning. I almost capped it at 1,000 meters. I almost, stopped at half a mile, but I don't know. I wanted more, and I think that's something that I want to look back on in my training, because I definitely don't want to go to the Ironman 70.3 and get injured kind of thing. I definitely need to know my limits. And stick to the plan. I think today's plan was kind of only supposed to be around 1,000 meters. Right? So it's just about like lasting. And I think I just want to get better. I just want to continue getting better. I'm really obsessed with the numbers. I'm obsessed with the stats. I love seeing a mile. Oh, I did a mile. Oh, I did it in this time. I love that kind of stuff. I love that. I love seeing my heart rate up. So I think on my next swim, I definitely need to take it slower, or just maybe like around 1,000 meters, I definitely need to take a sec. But I'm glad I did that, because it is the beginning of June, right? So it's the beginning of the month. I wanted to start off at a good pace, good momentum until we leave and soon. I wanted to start off with some good momentum because, it's important. The beginning of the month it's a big deal to me. So I'm just glad I got it done and dusted. So let's do this thing. Now I gotta go home, post up for work. I think I might take my dogs out on a morning walk as my second workout, because during the day it is going to be pretty busy for work. So I'm going to be posted up in that office for sure at the house. So yeah, I don't think there's anything more to say about it other than we got a mile in, beginning of the month, and it is nice to have gotten that done in about an hour. So it's about 6:40 now. I swam from I actually did time it on my watch. I started 5:15, started warming up with a couple meters. I think my warm-up was about 250 meters, and then that's when I started. So I started at 5:15, I got done 6:15, took about an hour. So that mile, I don't know if I mentioned, that mile I finished in about 56 minutes. So longer than normal this morning. But I think I went back and forth on my strokes, and that kind of caused me to get gassed. I think that gassed me out for sure, and I needed a sec to recoup. But yeah, I think it's nice to say that I had done it. And yeah, I don't know if actually I know what I need to do to improve. I just don't want to overdo it, for sure. So yeah, if there are any other people out there that have any tips on swimming, if you could please let me know. I feel like I have a plan that I'm sticking to, and I'm going over. I am definitely going over. I need to be careful for sure, and I think that's why I'm going to take the next swimming session to definitely take it easier. But technically, not technically, I actually did. I swam 2 miles in the last 2 days. Well, 3 days at this point, but I swam a mile on Sunday, and today's Tuesday. Right, Tuesday, June 2nd, yeah. Swam my second mile, and yeah, I think that is just what I'm gonna, be proud of today. And I'm very proud of that today, so we will just have to see what my next training session will be. I think I might actually have to stick to the plan. And I think this next training session I'll definitely work on. Definitely put more focus on my breathing. And yeah, I say this now, and I'm definitely going to want to do more. So it's going to take a lot of taking a step back. But yeah, I am home, and I'm going to wrap this video up. So thank you guys for watching. If you are new to the channel, if you could please leave a like, comment, and maybe even subscribe. My name is Jesse, and I'm prepping for my first Ironman 70.3, which it will be taking place on September 27th in Augusta, Georgia, of this year, 2026. So I am really happy that I have gotten back on the trajectory of staying consistent again, and it's just nice. It's the beginning of the month, so hopefully anyone out there that's trying to start something new, now is the time to start. Remember, a tree, what's that one quote? A tree doesn't grow its roots overnight, something like that. So a tree doesn't grow its roots overnight. And another quote, Rome wasn't built in a day. And I think that is definitely the concept that I'm trying to live by and think about when I'm training. Remember, it's just training at the end of the day. There are way more important things outside of that. So it's better just to take care of that, let it lie, find where you need to improve, and then move on. So, yeah. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.